Hello and welcome to the live and exclusive coverage of the 13th round fixture of the Delhi Premier League. Match number 62, the game between Hindustan Football Club and Indian Air Force. And we are live from Ambedkar Stadium, Delhi. Let us go through the lineups of both the teams. For Hindustan Football Club, number 3, Kumam Ronaldo Singh. Number 8, Russell Marion Vaz. Number 10, and leading the line for Hindustan Football Club, Lashram Ben Johnson Mitei. Number 12, Iklaq Fayaz. Number 14 and sharing the attack with Mitei is Imran Khan. Number 17, Mapuya. Number 19, Charles from Ghana, one of the two foreigners in the starting 11 today for Hindustan Football Club. Number 23 and the keeper of the team, Nabakumar Ghosh. Number 25, Chandra Tamang. Number 33, Mike, the second foreigner for Hindustan, belonging from Cameroon. He will be expected, he'll be really expected to show the defense today. And finally, the 11th player, number 36, defender Mohammad Afzal Shah. Coming to the Indian Air Force, they don't have any substitutes on the bench today. And the starting 11 looks like number 1 and the goalkeeper of the team, Amanpreet Singh. Number 2, Kamaldeep Singh. Number 6, defender Rari S. Raj, who is also the captain of the team. Number 11, Rin Lalrinunga. Number 17, Shahbaz Mohammed. Number 20, Jisan Ansari. Number 22, Dinesh, who is originally a goalkeeper but having to play in the starting 11 because of the lack of available players. Number 27, Ankur Singh. Number 28, Athul. Number 30, Saurav Moval. And number 42, Shibin Raj Kunyal. Again, who is also a goalkeeper but will have to play in the starting 11. And most of you will be asking right now that why are three goalkeepers in the starting 11? Because you need only one to guard the goal, right? Only one can touch the ball with his hands. But the team Indian Air Force are also participating in the Durand Cup. So most of the senior team members are playing in the Durand Cup. Yesterday only they had a match with Mohammedan, so it's not possible for the players to be playing in both the tournaments, the Durand Cup as well as the Delhi League. So they are having to play the second fiddle team, the Indian Air Force, in the Delhi League. The Indian Air Force currently don't have any substitutes, but the same cannot be said for the Hindustan Football Club, who have like 8 permitted substitute on the bench. 5 can come in anytime in the game as the coach likes. The officials for today are Suraj Bhakuni, the main referee of the game, assistant referee Ranjit, the second assistant referee is Joginder Singh Rana, and the fourth official of the game is Anand Rana. The match commissioner being Jay Kishore. And the team manager of Hindustan Football Club, Manan Baluni. The players posing for a photograph before the game. We are just a few moments away from kickoff of what is expected to be a really exciting game. As you can see currently, number 19 Charles, who will be expected to lead the line for Hindustan Football Club. With Indian Air Force fielding a second string side, Hindustan Football Club will be expected to take all the 3 points from today's fixture. But you never know in football. As far as the standings or the rankings on the point tables are concerned, Indian Air Force are currently 5th in the standings. They have won 6 games, drawn 1 and lost 4. And for those of you who have just tuned in and don't know things, I'll tell you something interesting about what happened the last time the Indian Air Force took field in the Delhi Premier League. They started with just 7 men because they did not have players. They did not have 11 players to start, because most of the players were participating in the Durand Cup. So they started with 7 players and 1 player got injured, and so the match was like finished early because FIFA rules say that you need to have 7 players in the game. In the first leg of the tournament, Hindustan lost 2-1 to Indian Air Force. Let's see if the tide can be turned today. With that, with the blow of the whistle, we kick off. Slow and steady start to the game. Trying to build out from the back. And there's a cross inside the box, but well intercepted by the defender. And Hindustan FC trying to build an attack from the left. That's a decent cross in, but just slightly overhit and out of play for a throw in. Indian Air Force with the throw in. Shabazz to take the throw in. Hindustan pressing high up the field and stealing possession of the ball. Again trying to build an attack from the left. Oh, that's given straight away to the Indian Air Force striker, who gives it straight back to Hindustan. That's really poor play. Switching it to the right. There's an option open on the right. Can he cross it inside? That's a decent cross, but well intercepted. Oh, just a miscued pass, but no damage done for the moment. The Indian Air Force, although fielding a second string side, still looking to play out from the back. Trying to switch to the right wing. That's a decent pass coming in. Can he cut inside and shoot? No, that's well intercepted by the Hindustan defense. And the keeper, Nabakumar, switching it to the left side. It's Russell to Mapuya, who loses possession of the ball. You really need to string a few good passes together in the first few minutes of the game. Air Force on the attack, but intercepted by the Hindustan defense. Go straight back to the keeper. Hindustan Football Club trying to make a move through the right side. It's Afzal to Russell to Charles, who plays a decent ball on the left. There's a shot coming in. What a goal! What a curler that is! And what a start to the game for Hindustan. That is such a stunning strike from Imran Khan. Drops a shoulder, cuts inside and picks out the top right corner. That's a really good goal. And Hindustan FC are 1 up inside the first 3 minutes of the game. And the keeper, Amanpreet Singh, having no answers to that. That's a really good strike. And if this is a sign of things to come, the Indian Air Force can be beaten by a huge margin today. They are already playing with 2 keepers. So let's see what is the reply Indian Air Force can muster. It's well collected by the Hindustan keeper. Russell trying to orchestrate things in the middle of the park, but gives it straight to the Indian Air Force defense. There's the high press coming up from Hindustan. They know that Air Force are fielding a second string side and this is the chance for them to get 3 points out of this game. That's a long kick by the Indian Air Force keeper. That's a decent kick as well, but the pass is slightly overhit and goes out of play. Afzal Shah with the throw in. Russell to Mapuya, who switches it on the right. That's a decent ball coming in. There was an option there on the left, but he waits and switches it to the right, who crosses it inside. That's a decent cross, but there is no one attacking the ball. An Indian Air Force having possession for a moment. Let's see how long can they have possession. Because Hindustan are really pressing high up the field. Just as I say this, they try to win the ball, but that's a good move by the Indian Air Force. Can they counter here? There's an option open on the right, but Renthli fails to spot him there. Goes back to his defender. That's a loose touch, a really loose touch. These are the kind of chances that the Indian Air Force will have to take, because the chances today for them will come few and far in between. So whatever chances they get in the game today, they really need to be taking those. That's well intercepted by the Air Force defense, or rather the attacker. Long throw taken, but well cleared by the Air Force defense. The way things are shaping up, it looks like Indian Air Force are in for long, long hours of defending today. They'll have to defend for the 90 minutes in the game. And their best chance looks to be coming on a counter attack. Because Hindustan are pressing high, winning the ball in midfield, and then trying to score goals. Hindustan trying to build an attack from the right hand side. Switching it to the center. Here comes the goal scorer. Passes it back. That's a shot taken in, but intercepted. Well intercepted. Now Imran Khan trying to press and wins a throw in for his side. That's a really good throw in coming in. Can he take a shot there? He's well marked by the defense. That's a really poor giveaway. There was an option there on the left. He could have easily passed it to him. He could have crossed it inside the box. But now Indian Air Force on the counter. Tries to nutmeg and is successful in doing so, but then gives it straight back to the defense of Hindustan. Charles trying to press there, but that's some really good play from Lin. Sort of Mondal on the ball, passes it back. Charles once again trying to press high up. Charles is almost playing like a false nine in a really withdrawn role. His job is leading the line for Hindustan Football Club. At the moment, he's really playing deep. He's coming deep, trying to string a few passes and then get on the end of them. That's a throw into Hindustan Football Club. Afzal Shah takes it. Afzal to Russell. Russell to Mapuya, who switches it on the right. A shot coming in, but that's well wide of the target. There's no need to take early shots from distance. You're already 1-0 up. Try to string a few good passes. Try to switch wings, cross it inside the box, and leave it for the likes of Charles to score headers. Because it's really got to be a wonder strike if There is to be a goal from that sort of distance. Quick throw in taken by the Air Force, but it's intercepted by the Hindustan defense. All 11 players of Air Force currently in their own half, trying to defend. That's a good ball there for Charles. Can he cross it inside? Eventually winning a corner for his side. That's some really good work from Charles. This is exactly what Charles is trying to do. He's playing in a withdrawn role so that the Air Force defense cannot mark him and then bursting into the box. Let's see if they can make something out of this corner. That's a decent delivery in the box. And that's some really shabby defending from the Air Force. You need to attack those balls. You leave them and the ball bounces in front of you. Anything can happen. You need to be clearing those in the first attempt. Sort of Mondal. Now in on the ball. Charles winning it in midfield. Leshram and Charles inside the box waiting for a cross. It's towards Leshram but slightly overhit. That was a decent ball in. Charles is not happy with the place there and is asking more. He'll be surely be happy with this interception, but again will be disappointed with his own control there. The kind of player he is, you expect him to control those balls. Another overhead pass from the Air Force. As the players play football on the field, you can play on BalleBaazi.com, one of India's leading sports gaming platforms. You can play cricket, you can play football, and many other sports here. Hindustan again pressing high up on the field and winning the ball. That's a really good cross in, chance and off the post. Referee deems it to be a foul, and the Hindustan players really don't know why the foul was given for that. Had that gone in, there could have been really some controversies from the Hindustan players because they were not happy with the referee's decision there. On second thoughts, it does look like that the Hindustan player was offside there, who surely didn't agree with the decision, but it's the referee's decision that matters in the end. Look at Charles, he's literally everywhere on the pitch. Wins the ball in midfield, takes a touch, passes it, gets it back, again passes it. That's a switch out to the right hand side. The right back pushing further up the field. Cuts back inside. Chance for a cross. But they go back to the center of the park. Afzal Shah takes a shot, but that's well wide of the target. Looks like it took a deflection on its way through, and that's a corner for Hindustan Football Club. And the corner coming in, and a shot as well, but straight into the arms of the keeper, who punts it long, hoping to find someone. That's a good flick on header as well. Can they make something out of it? Lobs it forward, but that's well cleared, or rather well chested by the Hindustan defense. 16 minutes into the game and Hindustan Football Club are leading 1-0, courtesy of a curler from Imran Khan. That was a really stunning strike to kick off the game. 3 minutes into the game and a really good strike. Any top striker would be proud of a strike like that. You can strike big on BalleBaazi.com as well. Kamaldeep Singh with the corner. That's a decent delivery as well. And the keeper coming out and punching it away. Another cross coming in, but that's straight into the arms of the Hindustan Football Club keeper, Navakumar Ghosh. Hindustan trying to build an attack from the right hand side. Takes a shot from distance. Ooh, that was a really close attempt. For a moment, the keeper really didn't look comfortable there, but eventually it went wide of the target. Out of the three goalkeepers on the pitch for Indian Air Force, it's Dinesh who is acting as the keeper today. The other two, Shibin Raj and Amanpreet, are playing as outfield players. So far in the game, Hindustan have taken 5 shots, out of which 2 have been on target. While on the other hand, as you can see on the table on the top left corner, Air Force have taken 2 shots and none of them have been on target. Just shows the utter domination of Hindustan so far in the game. Iqbal Fayaz on the ball, passing it to Mapuya, who tries to switch wings, and that's a really good pass but well intercepted straight into the rightful arms of Dinesh. That's another overhead pass. The Indian Air Force really have not been able to string a few good passes, but rather than blaming them, we should not be heavily critical of them because the main team is playing in the Durand Cup. And they should rather, the referee blows the whistle for a foul there, which you must have seen. And as I was saying, we should not really be critical of the Indian Air Force. Rather, we should be praising them for fielding a team today as well. They could have easily not participated in the game, but it's credits to them for participating in both the tournaments. It's a long throw coming in from Afzal Shah. Who was looking for Imran Khan, the goal scorer. Indian Air Force really look shaky in possession of the ball. It's almost like they do not know what to do with it. And the Hindustan FC's high press is catching them off guard. Look at how high Hindustan are pressing there. It's making really life difficult for the Indian Air Force. And Indian Air Force come from the left hand side, crossing one in the box, but that's a poor cross. Really need to be putting more on those crosses to trouble the Hindustan FC defense. Because if that's the kind of crosses that's gonna come in, they will defend it all day long. That was a shot from almost 40 yards, and the keeper saw it all the way. No troubles for the Hindustan keeper Navakumar Ghosh. Mapuya, playing at the heart of the midfield of Hindustan, will be expected to break the lines of the Air Force. He's one of the creative sparks in the team. Once again on the ball, going back to his defender. This has been some really good play from Hindustan in the first 22 minutes of the game. Once again, they come on the attack, switching it to the left to Imran Khan, the goal scorer, who cuts it back. Shot coming in, but straight into the arms of Dinesh, who has no troubles this time in getting to the ball. Tamang trying to win the ball in midfield there, but it is eventually a throw in for Indian Air Force. That's a solid header from the captain of Hindustan, Mike. Imran Khan on the ball, switching it to the left, but the pass is slightly overhit and goes out of play. We expect better from Imran Khan with the kind of quality he has. Kamaldeep to Reri, back to the keeper, who gives it to the left back. And Hindustan once again winning the ball in midfield. Charles on the ball. Dummies past one. Gives it on the right. Chance for a cross. That's a decent ball into the box. The goal scorer on the ball. No, it's not the goal scorer. It's Leshram Mitei. The shot going well wide of the target once again. Hindustan really need to be getting more men in the box if they are to cross the balls. Charles really needs to be getting on the end of those balls. With his height and physicality, it will be really tough for the Indian Air Force defense to contain him. Once again, Charles on the ball, playing in midfield, almost as an attacking midfielder today. Once again, it's Charles. Goes past one, switches it on the left, gets it back from the goal scorer, calls for a penalty but waved off by the referee. That was some good defending there from the Indian Air Force. Who are trying to do something on the other half of the field but are being unable to do so. Just the kind of quality Hindustan have, with the captain showing the goal. Rin doing really well there to keep hold of the ball. Gives it to Saurav, gets it back from him, but eventually loses possession of the ball. It's Russell on the ball. Russell to Mapuya. Tries to run forward with the ball, but no space there. That's a poor cross. Three men in the box, and you fail to find any of them. Fail to get past the first man. That's a really poor cross. Charles trying to win the ball in midfield, takes a shot as well, but straight into the arms of Dinesh. Punts it long once again, looking to find his striker. But as I have said, Mike is way too strong for them at the moment. Nothing is going past Mike. And it's Charles running forward with the ball once again. Goes past one, goes past two, takes a shot as well, but well blocked by the defender. Once again, Charles asking for a penalty, but nothing given by the referee. There was a chance there for Charles to take a shot. There was an inch of space exactly that time, but he delayed his shot, went past another man, and by that the Air Force defense recovered. That was a solid challenge from the captain of the Indian Air Force, Reri Raj. The goal scorer on corner duty here. Takes it short. The goal scorer cutting out on the left, looking to cross it in. That's a decent ball as well. Chance of a counter attack here for Indian Air Force, but they need to be quick here. Finds Ren, but the Indian Air Force are too slow. The only chance they have in the game is through set pieces and countering, but they are way too slow on the counter. It's easy for Hindustan to recover and get back into their positions. And as always, play it out to Charles, who is running forward with the ball once again. Looking for support on the right, but came too delayed. And he's not happy because he was looking on the right. Almost as if I'll pass to you, Tamang. Just get on there. Tamang was too slow there. Charles eventually taking a shot and getting a corner for his side. And is down. Let's hope that the injury to Charles is not very serious. As the players take a drink as well, you can take the time out to download the BalleBaazi app and play fantasy football in there. You can find many a game, cricket, football, and many other games as well. Hindustan FC have been all over the Indian Air Force so far, and really will not be very happy that they only have one goal. That they only have a one goal lead. Kind of chances they have had, they could have easily scored two or three so far, and they scored from the toughest chance of the game so far. That was not a chance even. He created space for himself, Imran Khan, cut it on his right foot and took a curler. That was a really nice goal. The players do need liquids in this hot and humid conditions of Delhi. Current temperature being 34 degrees Celsius with 50% humidity. So it's tough to play football in this afternoon heat of Delhi. It will be Ronaldo with the throw in. And unlike a certain Cristiano Ronaldo, this guy is not a striker. He's a defender, primarily a right back. It's Imran Khan going out, cutting in, but losing possession of the ball eventually. That's some good skills from Kamaldeep Singh. That's really nice play. Indian Air Force trying to build an attack from the left hand side. Then going back to his keeper. Look at the high press there from Hindustan. Leshram Mitei tried his very best to steal possession of the ball. Leshram, Imran Khan, Charles all pressing high up the field. In this hot and humid conditions, that's a really tough thing to do. So credit where it's due to the Hindustan players. One goal lead, they can easily sit back, try to hit Indian Air Force on the counter, but they're trying to take the game to the opposition here. And the Air Force striker is offside. Captain on the ball. Passes it to Mapuya, who switches it on the left for Tamang, who loses possession of the ball. Mike to Ronaldo, who plays a good ball for Charles. Crosses it in the box, but it's straight into the hands of the keeper. After a long while, the Indian Air Force have possession of the ball for more than 20-25 seconds. Such has been the domination of Hindustan so far. Indian Air Force trying to finally get into the game. And just as I say this, they lose possession of the ball. That's a really poor giveaway from Hindustan. I don't know who he was trying to find with that pass. There was only one man up front, and that was Charles, and he was acres away from the ball. Really, really shabby pass there. Once again, look at that high press from Hindustan. Ooh, tried to cross it inside. That was close. As I was saying about BalleBaazi, you also get a signing bonus of rupees 100. So get the link in the description below. Go and install the app. The game has slowed down a little. Not much happening on the field, yeah. Trying a long ball up. That's a really good ball as well. A shot coming in, but he was off balance while taking the shot. Given the hot and humid conditions, it's becoming really difficult for the players to play a pressing brand of football. Hindustan FC are trying their best. Once again, a poor giveaway. Charles pressing high up on the field, hitting it back as well. But that's well defended by Rain. That's a good switch out on the left. Cuts outside, crosses it in as well, but that's good defending. Sort of Mondal trying to con the referee into a throw in for his side, but the referee is smart enough and gives the correct decision. It will not be sort of Mondal to take the throw in, rather it will be Mohammad Afzal Shah, left back for Hindustan. Takes a long throw in, but there's no one attacking the ball. Chance of a shot, that's well over the target. Mapuya for all his lovely range of passing really needs to add that shot to his game. Once he has a decent shot, he'll be a really good player. Not saying he already isn't, but he'll just be better. Oh, that's more than a decent chance here for Air Force on the counter. Can he find someone with his pass? Yes, he can. It's Rain on the ball. That's a really good nutmeg. Takes a shot as well. And the keeper was fumbling there for a moment. But eventually it goes wide of the target. Nabakumar Ghosh looks to be in little discomfort there. That was not a million miles away. It has been a slow game so far. Hindustan are trying to attack, but the Indian Air Force defense has stood tall, apart from conceding that one goal. But there was very little the defense could have done about that. That was a stunning strike from Imran Khan. Looks like there's nothing wrong with Navakumar Ghosh and the kickoff proceedings again. After a brief stoppage, it's a clap on the ball. Mapuya. Mapuya to Russell. Russell to Afzal. Afzal back to his centre back. He clapped on the ball. It's a cheeky little pass. That's well defended by the Indian Air Force. Suren with the pass finds no one apart from the Hindustan defenders. Tamam to Russell, who plays it out to Charles, who wins a throw in for his side. The Indian Air Force defenders protest, but that was another correct decision from the referee, who has been good so far. Afzal with the throw in. Charles on the ball. There's a chance for a shot, but once again it was Mite who took the shot, and the shot was not good enough. That was a rash challenge from Mite. Might have got the ball there, but it was a really rash challenge. Thankfully, Jeesan Ansari is fine. The Indian Air Force team are not really happy about the challenge, and they're complaining to the referee. Another foul like that, and Mapuya could be easily booked. Another long ball. That's keeper came off his line. Well, there was no need for the keeper to come out that far. But as long as they don't concede, it really does not matter. Navakumar is saying that the opposition player fouled him. That is exactly why the referee blew the whistle. But more than Navakumar Ghosh, it looks like the captain is down injured. Poku Mike is not only the captain of the team but also one of their most important players. If we cannot continue, it will be a really difficult blow. Right? Apologies for it. It's not Fosu Mike, but it's really Raj who is down on the pitch injured. As we can see, that was a nasty collision between the two players. And after a brief hiatus, we start again. If the Indian Air Force are to get anything out of this, they will have to increase the pace of the game. Because at this moment, it seems all too easy for Hindustan. Winning everything in midfield, winning all the second balls, switching flanks. It seems way too easy. And it's Charles on the ball who crosses it. Let's see what Chandrataman can do of it. Afzal Shah. Afzal Shah to Russell. It was the Clark with the foul. Charles not really happy with the decision. who thought that the decision should have gone in his favor. 2 minutes of stoppage time have been added. Given the kind of stoppages we have had in the first half, more than 2 minutes could have been added, but the referee, taking a liking to the considering the heat and humidity at the moment, taking a liking to the players, added only 2 minutes. That's a decent pass back to the keeper. Dinesh, who plays it out for Kamaldeep Singh. Charles on the ball once again. That's a really good turn. The defender was surely was not expecting that. It might just be the last chance of the first half. That was a really good turn from Leshram Mitei. And this might just exactly be the range for the likes of Charles to feed on. If we can keep this on target, Hindustan can go into the second half 2-0 up. And it will make the coach's pep talk a little easy if they can go into the dressing room 2-0. It's a Clark and Charles over the ball, but it will be Charles who will take the free kick. Can the man from Ghana fire Hindustan to a two-goal lead before the end of the first half? It's a five-man wall here for Indian Air Force. And it's Charles, and it's wide of the target. Disappointing end to the first half for Hindustan, who had a really bright start. As the referee blows his whistle, it's one Hindustan Football Club, nil Indian Air Force. Let's see what the second half has in store for us. The pep talk of the Indian Air Force coach will be really important because his boys have not been up to the mark so far. Let's have a look at the stats from the first half. As we saw on the field, Hindustan FC dominated the proceedings, and that can be seen with the 61% possession they have had compared to 39 of the Indian Air Force. They had 8 shots on target, as opposed to 3 from the Indian Air Force, who only had a shot on target, while Hindustan had 4 shots on target. Even the corner count for Hindustan is more, as they had 4 corners, while the Indian Air Force had only 1. There were no cards shown to any of the players from either of the sides. As far as the fouls are concerned, Air Force committed 6 fouls, while 4 fouls were committed by Hindustan, who were also found offside on a couple of occasions. Let's see what the second half has in store for us, because the Indian Air Force certainly have the capabilities to come back in the second half. Join us again in 15 minutes. Match number 62 of the Delhi Premier League between Hindustan Football Club and Indian Air Force. At the end of first half, it was 1-0 to Hindustan Football Club, who will be looking to add another couple of goals and finish the game off. Whereas Indian Air Force, on the other hand, will be looking to get that all-important equalizer. Because once you get that first goal, all the momentum is on your side and you never know what can happen from there. Imran Khan being the lone goal scorer in the game so far. The most important player in the game so far for Hindustan Football Club has been Charles, the Ghanaian. And he's the one giving the pep talk at the moment to his team. And it's Rebanta Mitei who has come on as a substitute for Hindustan Football Club. We'll have to wait for the official word to see who he has replaced. Primarily a midfielder, Rebanta Mitei. And with the blow of the whistle, we start the second half. Straight away, it's Charles on the ball, switching it to the right to Ronaldo. That's a quick start from Hindustan FC, looking to get the second goal very early into the second half. Crossing one in as well, but that's a really fine collection, yeah. That's some good work from Dinesh. Who once again goes wrong with his clearance. That's a good flick on header as well. Chance for Indian Air Force, but he has taken that too wide. It eventually gets a corner for his team. These are the kind of chances that you will have to take, that the Indian Air Force will have to take, because open play goals, it's going to be really difficult with the kind of quality they have on the pitch. So they would rather love to make use of any set piece chances that they get. Kamaldeep Singh on corner duty. Ball scrambling in box. There are 4 Hindustan players surrounding, but eventually it's Charles who gets hold of the ball and manages to clear it away. The Rebanta could have taken a quick throw in, but he decided against it. And then it was Parvez Hussain who was on the ball, winning a corner for his side. Parvez Hussain, a forward, has also come on as a substitute. That's a decent delivery into the box. A shot taken as well. There was no way that was going in the back of the net. Charles on the ball once again. Plays a decent pass out as well. It's almost as if it is an attack versus defense training session. Hindustan FC on the attack right from the very first blow of the whistle in the first half. The Indian Air Force defending. And here they come once again, crossing the ball inside but straight into the arms of the keeper. This is where the Indian Air Force needs to improve. You can have all the chances, but if you don't score them, you never know. Exactly, this is what happened in the game against Garhwal versus Tarun Sangha as well. Garhwal dominated the entire first half, went into a dressing room with a 1-0 lead, but Tarun Sangha scored that one goal and the game ended up as a draw. So this is what Hindustan FC need to think about now as well, that they need to stretch their advantage, score another goal. That's a good pass as well, and chance for Imran Khan, but he can do nothing with that chance. This is your chance as well to download the BalleBaazi app and play fantasy football. You can play cricket, football, and many other games. You also get 100 rupees sign up bonus. As we see Dinesh taking the goal kick. Charles winning the ball once again in the middle of the park. Charles is down at the moment, but the referee waves play on. The ball is kicked out. There have been quite a few challenges on Charles. Charles being the most important player for Hindustan Football Club is the center of attraction to everyone in the Indian Air Force defense. Charles has looked like a player of different magnitude in this game, and he's not happy with the kind of treatment he has been given, the treatment that has been meted out to him. It was Jisan Ansari with the foul this time. The referee didn't deem it to be a foul, but rather played advantage. Russell on the ball. Plays it back to his captain. That's a good chance. Can he cross it in the box? It's a really good opportunity. If he could have got his head on that ball, that would have been 2-0. Another cross coming in the box, but they can make nothing out of it. The goal scorer on the ball at this moment. Ball was at the feet of Charles, who was thinking about the shot, but the referee blows his whistle. Now this will be a good chance for Hindustan if they can find a good delivery in the box. Let's see what they can do with this free kick. Is in a dangerous position. A ball in between the goalkeeper and the defenders, and anything could happen. It will be a left-footed delivery into the box, and the keeper comes out and collects it easily. It's a really good collection by Dinesh. Blasts it long as well, and the Hindustan keeper is out of his line. Some good keeping there from Nabakumar Ghosh. Rain switching it on the right, and that's a really poor attempt. Don't know what he was trying to do. Maybe he was trying to cut it back for Jisan Ansari. But these are the kind of chances you need to take. As it is, chances for Indian Air Force have been far and few in between. If these are the chances that you will miss, then there's absolutely no hope of winning the game. There's one player down injured, another Indian Air Force player trying to help him, but the referee has waved play on. And the Hindustan defense almost went to sleep there. There is no one in the box. That is the issue at the moment. As we receive the official Till confirmation of the yellow card for Kamaldeep Singh. Cross in the box, but that's a really poor cross. That's a miscued clearance chance for Indian Air Force. Oh dear, how close was that? How close was that to going in? Navakumar Ghosh for a second thought he was beaten. It just bounced over the post. That was a really good chance coming through because of really poor defending from Hindustan. And this was obviously the best chance of the game, and they might not get another chance as good as this one. And this is why I've been saying that Hindustan need to increase their lead. A one goal lead is never safe. Anything can happen in the game. You might dominate for 89 minutes, but if in the 90th minute the opposition scores, it's still 1-1. That's a really fine delivery, one-on-one with the keeper. That's blazed over the bar. Two chances in 2 minutes for either side, and none of them have been able to take it. These are the kind of chances that you need to take. And that was a poor move with the keeper. At least needed to keep it on target. And it was the substitute, Rebanta Mite. Could have been a wonderful decision from the coach to get him on at half time, but he blazed over the bar. There was an option of a cutback as well, but he took the right option by shooting it, but could not keep it on target. It's Ronaldo with the throw in. Russell on the ball, passing it to Charles. Charles with a good lob pass, but cleared by the defense. There were two Hindustan players around the ball that time, but that was a good clearance by the Air Force defense. Will he go for a long throw this time, Ronaldo? No, he goes short. It's Russell. Russell to Pervez Hussain to Ronaldo. That's a little heavy pass. Russell unable to reach it. Mohammad Shabazz with the throw there, who will take it again as the ball has gone out of play again. Pervez Hussain looking to press, and his press has borne fruit as Charles is on the ball now. Look at how strong Charles is. Two players close to him, but he still manages to find the right pass. That's a really good run as well. Crosses it inside, but it goes out of play. That was a really good run from Mohammad Afzal Shah. But this is where you need to find the right delivery. There were three players inside the box. If he could have found anyone, if Afzal Shah could have found anyone there, that would have been a tap in. But he tried to cross it, but it went out of play. Might have tried to catch the keeper as well there, but Dinesh was covering his near post. Once again, a long goal kick taken and nothing comes out of it. Maybe they need to change their approach, the Indian Air Force. Ronaldo to Charles. Russell tries to switch it on the left. That's a really good ball, but the keeper is alert. Navakumar Ghosh has been really solid in the sticks, apart from that one time when the striker chipped it over him, and there was literally nothing he could have done about that because the defense had gone to sleep that one occasion. Ronaldo on the ball. Now Russell. Russell to Ronaldo. Ronaldo crosses it in, but that's easy for Dinesh. once again goes long in the hope that it will find someone, but all it finds is the head of a Hindustan FC player. Charles once again with a really fine delivery. It's the goal scorer on the ball, Imran Khan. Can he cut inside and shoot once again? No, he decides to pass this time. Charles is an option here. They go to Russell, who switches it on to the right to Ronaldo, who gets it back from his player. Ronaldo now looking to move inside the box. Goes past three players as well. Can he cross it in? That was a fine chance. That was some really good work from Ronaldo. Pervez Hussain, if he could have got his feet right, could have tapped that in, but it was a little too slow there. That was again some really fine work from the keeper, Dinesh, who has been really solid between the sticks for Indian Air Force. Has probably been the best Air Force player so far. As I say this, Charles once again on the ball. Don't know how many times I'll say that. Such has been the impact of Charles. And once again, here he's on the ball, tries to take a shot straight at the defender. Switches it to the right to Ronaldo. The Charles Ronaldo combination is really working fine. Ronaldo with a cross inside the box. Eventually turned out to be a shot. The keeper tips it onto the post. And had the goal scorer, Imran Khan, been a little more alert there, that could have been 2-0 Hindustan FC. And this is called the commentator's curse. Just a moment back, I was praising the keeper Dinesh. And there he was. That was some really poor goalkeeping there. I guess I will not have to praise him again. And he will be good to go. It's Imran Khan with the corner. Of Russell, Mike and Charles in the box. That's a good delivery, but punched away by the keeper. It's Pervez Hussain with the chance. Eventually, a shot taken by, have a guess who? Charles. But goes well wide of the mark this time. That's some good work from the left back, but eventually has lost possession of the ball. That's fine work from the defender. And it's Pervez Hussain on the ball. He has options to his left, options to his right. Picks out the right option in the right. Who takes a shot, but that's a fine save by Dinesh. Still a chance for Pervez Hussain. The goal scorer, oh, he has blazed it over. What a chance that was from... I don't know, I'm short of words. How do you describe that? That was a wonderful chance. How do you blaze those over, Imran Khan? You have already scored one. That's an open net. How do you blaze those over? What you should not blaze over is the chance to play fantasy football on BalleBaazi.com. You can go and make your team there. Also get a 100 rupees signing bonus. Coming back to the game, that was a really good chance for Hindustan FC. Those are the kind of chances that you cannot miss, that you cannot afford to miss if you are to win the game. That was the easiest chance in the game so far. And no matter how much sympathy you have with the player, you cannot be missing from there. You cannot be missing from there. Especially after scoring a beauty like that in the first half. He could have got himself a brace. But as I said, I'm short on words. How did you miss that, Imran Khan? How did you miss that? But let's move on. Hopefully he gets another and converts that. Cross in the box for Indian Air Force. Cleared by the Hindustan defense. Charles winning the ball in midfield once again. The referee blows for a foul, but Charles is not happy with the decision. That's a fine run by the Indian Air Force player on the left wing. Can he do something with it? Shibin Raj Punyal, originally a goalkeeper, and we can see why he's a goalkeeper there. Charles on the ball once again, switches it to the left, to the goal scorer Imran Khan. Has slowed down the game, goes back to Charles, tries to pick an option to his right, but fails to do so. Zeesan Ansari on the ball, Zeesan Ansari to Kamaldeep Singh, tries to switch wings, but it's way too far for sort of Mobile to catch it. The player you can see on your screen, jersey number 42, Shivin Rajpunyal, originally plays as a goalkeeper, but because the main team of the Indian Air Force is playing in the Durand Cup, he has to play as an outfield player here. For those of you who don't know, Indian Air Force are playing in the Delhi Football League as well as the Durand Cup. So the senior team is playing in the Durand Cup. Although the results have not been really favorable for them, they have lost 3 out of 3 games so far. But that is an experience that they will really like to take back home because all the other teams are professional clubs. And although the results have not really gone in favor of them, they have performed really good. As we see the confirmation of the yellow card for Russell. Charles on the ball, switches it out on the left. That's a good chance, but his touch failed him. Russell to Charles. Was acres of space in front of him. Fine delivery, a cut back in, but again, Parvez Hussain cannot do anything about it. Charles once again intercepting the ball, resulting in a throw-in for Indian Air Force. Charles on the ball once again to Parvez Hussain, who were surrounded by a couple of players. Russell gives it to his left back, takes a touch too many. Mohammad Afzal Shah, there was a chance of a cutback before he took that extra touch. And the goal scorer Imran Khan was all through on goal if he could have found him with that pass. All he took was an extra touch, took the ball away from goal and missed the chance. At the same time, you should not miss the chance of playing fantasy football on BalleBaazi. So download the app. And a foul on Charles by Ankur Singh, who protests against the referee's decision. As it is always in football, it is the decision of the referee that matters, and once he has blown that whistle, you really cannot be changing the decision. It's Ikhlaq and Charles over that free kick. Will they go direct for a goal there? Will they cross it into the box? That's a 3-man wall for Charles, who goes direct but that's straight into the wall. Poor free kick. To all the good work that Charles has done today, his free kick has not been really good. That's a chance and a deflection from the captain, and it ends up into the back of the net. It's Mike with the goal. Don't really know if he meant it, but that's 2-0 Hindustan FC. We'll have to wait for the replays to see if Mike really meant it. It's really difficult to meant it or not, but that was some really quick work from Mike because he stuck his foot out. It can be said that it's a well taken goal. That's a poacher's goal. Mike, despite being a defender, was very quick. That's a really good goal from Mike. And it's Divic coming on. Divic Singh coming on for Parvez Hussain. I guess Parvez Hussain came on as a second half sub and is already subbed off after 24 minutes. The Indian Air Force team lost to Mohammedan yesterday in the Durand Cup 2-0 and are down 2-0 here as well. Let's see if they can make a comeback here. But given how they are playing at the moment, a comeback does not look likely. But football is a game of 90 minutes and there are still more than 20 minutes to go. You never know what can happen in a game of football. That's a good punch out from Nabakumar Ghosh. As we see the official confirmation of the substitution, Stivic who has come on for Parvez. Don't know if that is a tactical decision or was some injury concern for Parvez because all he played was 24 minutes. And it's free kick in favor of Hindustan. And once again, Charles will like to take it, but he's walking away here. Is he being substituted? It's David Singh, the substitute, who looks like he'll take this free kick as we move ahead with the game. Ronaldo on the ball. Goes back to Charles. Ronaldo to Russell. That's a chance on the counter attack for Indian Air Force, but a poor touch and they lose possession of the ball. Charles switches it out on the right. There are a couple of options on the left for Charles here as well. There's a shot on as well, and that's a fine try from Charles. Couple of yards to his right, and that would have ended up in the back of the net and would have eventually finished off the game here. Because the Indian Air Force can still make a comeback from 2-0 down, but there would have been absolutely no chance for them to make a comeback from 3-0. They'll have to quicken the pace of the game, Indian Air Force, if they are to make a comeback. This way, they are not making a comeback. They are way too pedestrian in attacking. It does not even look like that they want all the 3 points today. Chanza Tamang on the ball. Charles here switches it on the left. Cleared by the Indian Air Force defense. Once again lose possession of the ball, but the referee deems it to be a foul in favor of Indian Air Force. That's a chance for Indian Air Force, and he has blazed it over the bar. I guess the referee had blew his whistle before, but the shot still went over the bar. Now by Kumar Ghosh, that's an inch perfect pass. Russell. Russell to Ronaldo. He's running forward with the ball. Plays a good ball out on the right wing as well. Was the substitute on the ball. Dimit Singh was lost it. Charles pressing, but that's a fine touch to take it away from Charles. The Indian Air Force trying to build an attack. And the makeshift left winger, Shibin Rajpunil on the ball, cannot do anything with it. You cannot be too harsh on guys like Shibin Rajpunil and Amanpreet Singh because they are not outfield players, they are goalkeepers and doing a job for their teams. If you have just tuned in, let me tell you that most of the Indian Air Force players are playing in the Durand Cup for the Indian Air Force team. So this is basically a second string side which is participating in the Delhi Football League at the moment. So you cannot be too harsh on this team. They are giving their level best. Hindustan FC on the other hand are not missing any major players. As we near the last quarter of the game, it's 2 to Hindustan and 0 Indian Air Force. Imran Khan and Mike being the true goal scorers. That goal from Imran Khan was a thing of beauty. Right at the start of the game, that was a beautiful goal. Any top striker would be proud of a finish like that. And Mike, if you show the goal to any player, they will say that Mike is a striker. That was a poacher's goal. But Mike is a central defender, as we all know. Apart from being the captain of Hindustan FC, as we can see, Imran Khan, the goal scorer, coming off for Ronan Jr. Imran Khan will be happy, but will surely not be happy about the miss that he did in the second half. Indian Air Force on the ball once again. Athul running forward with the ball. He loses it. Ronan, the substitute on the ball, passes it to Russell. Russell to Ronaldo. Rather, Ronaldo making a run on the right wing. Can he cross it inside? No, he cuts back in, goes past a couple of defenders, tries to cut back in, but winning a corner for his team. This is where Ronaldo needs to be better. He has got a couple of chances. He has a good burst of acceleration. He can use it. Ronaldo with a quickly taken corner, crossing it in the box but cannot get past the first man. Charles trying to win the ball. That's a shot from 25 yards, which is not going to trouble the Indian Air Force keeper, Dinesh. 10 minutes to go in the game. Hindustan are trying to stop. Just make sure that they do not concede any goal from now. Because at 2-0 they are good to go. The Indian Air Force really need to take their game up a notch, because this way they are not going to score the goals. There was a run on the right, but he clearly didn't look at the run, and it's Charles winning the ball once again. Hindustan FC have really pressed nicely today. In the scorching heat, they have showed that their fitness levels are quite good. Switching it on the left, but there is nothing Shibin Rajpuni can do with that. Charles on the ball once again, switches it out on the left. That's a really fine pass as well. There's an option on the left, an option on the right, but he can take a look at no option. Decides to go solo and loses possession of the ball. Russell pressing high up. That's a foul. Coming as substitute David Singh, who has been sharp since coming on. David Singh. Air Force need to quicken the pace of the game if they get anything out of this game, even a point. They are being way too pedestrian in nature. The Air Force players are clearly not happy with the referee's decision there. They wanted the advantage to be played. Kamaldeep Singh on the ball. He has been the guy who has taken all the free kicks as well as the corners for the Indian Air Force. Launches one up. Looking to find his striker. The keeper came out of his line as well. And there's a chance here on the counter for Hindustan FC if they can be quick enough, but the player slips. That was a decent chance if he would not have slipped. Long cross in the box, but that's a mighty fine collection from the Hindustan keeper, Navakumar Ghosh, who has been really solid in between the sticks today. He has come out of his line on a couple of occasions as well. Gives it to Charles, who switches it on the right. Chandra Tamang looking to use his pace, but well defended by the Air Force team. Athul loses possession of the ball to Charles. Ronan on the ball. A couple of step overs, a feint. Looked like the foul was committed on Ronan. Free, having put the whistle to his mouth, did not blow it. Quick throwing taken by the Air Force. There's an option open on the right if you can pick him. But he does nothing with it, does Kamaldeep Singh. and the Hindustan Football Club come once again with Charles picking up a runner on the left who decides to take a shot, but it's way too feeble to trouble the keeper. There was the option of Chandra Tamang on the right, who had made a run and was unmarked. If he would have picked up Chandra Tamang, something really could have been made up out of the move. But he decided to go solo and nothing came of it. Rin playing little too heavy pass. Rin was heavily involved in every move that the Air Force did in the first half, but has been quiet in the second half. And the Air Force have really not looked threatening in the second half. Not saying that they looked threatening in the first half itself, but they were better than this. And with Shivin Raj leading the line, what else do you expect? That's a good ball played by Charles, but slightly overhit as Revanta could not reach it. Another long ball coming. Shibin Raj on the ball. That's a good tackle to win the ball, and he's not happy with the decision of the assistant referee. He wanted the decision in his favor, Shivin Raj. The referee having a word with Shivin Raj. That is just a talking to, I think, not a booking just yet. Was offside there, and that is why he did not touch the ball. Rather, did not challenge for the ball. That's a good ball played out, but his touch failed him. David Singh chasing the ball, but cannot win it. Look at that run from Chandra. How good was Chandra there? Air Force need to keep the ball on the ground there if they had to do something with it. And they give it back to Charles once again, who is running forward once again, driving past the defense, crossing the ball inside, getting a corner for his efforts. And his jersey number 7, Mark Melvin Gomez, coming on. The team manager Manan Baluni going for the kill here, getting a forward here. Most of the coaches would have opted for a defender here, but Manan Baluni is different. He has opted for another striker. He wants to kill the game off. It's Ronan on the ball. That's a decent delivery chance for the substitute as well. But that's a feeble header from David Singh. And an easy save for Dinesh. 3 minutes to go in regulation time. Let's see how many minutes the referee adds. Almost looks like that the game is over. You never know in football. Charles with the ball once again and goes past a couple of defenders, and he is not happy with the decision of the referee. Charles does look like a player with some solid skills, and we have seen plenty of skills from Charles today. Well, the only thing that's missing in Charles' game today is a goal. Apart from that, he has been absolutely wonderful. Charles, proper contender for man of the match today. Let's see who eventually gets it. maybe the goal scorer, Imran Khan, or the defender and captain, Diego Mali. There are three proper contenders for the man of the match today. That's it. Easily cleared by the Hindustan defense. David Singh, since coming on, seems to be everywhere. That's a good clearance, and it's once again Charles on the ball. That's more than a fine pass as well. Let's see if they can make something out of it. Goes past one, goes past two. But that's a mighty fine challenge coming in from Saurav Mughal. Because if that had not come in, the play could have been all through on goal. Could have been one-on-one with the keeper. That was a fine challenge from Saurav. As we enter the final minute of the allotted 90 minutes, let's see how much added time referee adds. Afzal Shah with the throw. Charles on the ball once again. Rebanta looking to cross it inside. That's a fine ball for Charles as well. Can he shoot here? He does shoot, but appeals for a penalty, but nothing given by the referee. Rebanta looking to cross one in the box. Eventually goes back to Ronaldo. The ball. The result of Ronaldo combination has worked pretty good today. That's a poor cross. A chance of a counter here for Indian Air Force. And he picked Shibin Rajpunial, who was offside. Didn't manage to control the ball anyway. But even if he had, he was offside. On the ball. How much will the United fans love it when I say Ronaldo on the ball? But surely there's a lot of difference between Cristiano Ronaldo and the Ronaldo for Hindustan. Might be 100 better things about Cristiano Ronaldo, but Ronaldo can say at least I'm getting to start the games here. Well, that was just a joke. Nothing to be taken seriously there. As it's Russell on the ball. Russell to Charles. Can they nick a third before the referee blows his whistle? That's a shot coming in, but well wide of the target. Rebanta tried to trouble the keeper from there, but went wide. Getting to the final few minutes of the game. As Dinesh looks to take the goal kick. The referee blows his whistle, not for full time, but for a foul on Indian Air Force, who have pretty much one last chance to get a goal back as they're pushing everyone forward. Will be Kamaldeep Singh to take that free kick. And as it has happened in this game, Nabakumar Ghosh is safe as a house. And with that, the referee blows the final whistle. At the end of 90 minutes, it's 2 to Hindustan Football Club and 0 to Indian Air Force. But credit where it's due, the Indian Air Force team needs to be praised for putting up a valiant fight here, missing so many of their regular players playing in the Durand Cup they did perform really good today against a really strong Hindustan Football Club side. It was a decent game. Both teams had their chances. Indian Air Force not so much, but the Hindustan Football Club, they could have had a bigger lead, but end of the day is not too bad. And it will give them confidence going further into the tournament, where they will look to move up the pecking order. At the end of 90 minutes, it's 2 to Hindustan FC and nil Indian Air Force, with Imran Khan and Mike being the goal scorers, both goals being really good goals, especially the one of Imran Khan, as it was a top class effort. Cut it on his right foot, shot it into the top right corner. That was a really good goal from Imran Khan, and one he will remember for a long, long time. As we can see on the screen, the stats of the game. Hindustan Football Club dominated the entirety of the game with 59% possession, had 13 shots as well compared to the 8 from Indian Air Force. 6 shots on target, 4 while 3 for Indian Air Force. Shots on target, could have been more, and they should have had a bigger lead. But all that matters at the end of 90 minutes is you win the game. It can be 10-0 or 9-0 like Liverpool yesterday, or a 1-0 victory in the 93rd minute. All that matters in a game of football is the win. 7 corners for Hindustan, while 1 for Indian Air Force. 9 fouls committed by Hindustan FC compared to 14 from the Indian Air Force, who found it really difficult to stop the Hindustan players, especially Charles, from running away with the game. While 1 yellow card was shown to Hindustan FC, 2 were shown to the Indian Air Force players. And with that, we come to the end of the game, where in match number 62 of the Delhi Football League, it ends 2 Hindustan, nil Indian Air Force. This is your commentator Devansh Sonthalia signing off. Hope you all had a good time.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. yeah. So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.